Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. Okay, so quick note on everything. There is a Dokkan Fest LR coming up, so like all this stuff, this theory craft and stuff like that was correct. This should be a banner. I don't know if it says in here. We're going to focus on doing a full breakdown for the character right now, and then I'll do a video. We'll go through the entire video itself, right? So I believe this character should be coming out on the 8th. Right? So this was, the expected thing. It's funny, we saw that Dokkan battlefield, like the map where the Dokkan event was going to take place, and it was kind of like, I remember saying Gohan and Videl, but it's like, dude, there's no way they're going to do Boo Saga, but this is what we're going to get, a Gohan, Goten, and Trunks, right? So this does make a ton of sense, because this is going to be the battlefield. Like this is where their Dokkan event stage is going to be. The thing about Baby, I felt like it could be Baby, but Baby as a Dokkan Fest LR at the end of the celebration, to me, did not compute. Like, a Dokkan Fest LR Baby following Gogeta and Omega, even like at Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, who I feel like could be a little bit, kind of like higher on the level, still it didn't really, like, no way, right? So it makes sense we're doing this. Now, I at a glance, they did have Gotenks in this card, right? So, okay. I mean, here's what's not good about this. We have our 4 teams. If I would rank them in terms of how badly they would need buffs, it would be exactly like this. So, Fuse Fighters is good. Doesn't need anything. Omega's team is pretty good. I could still, some characters would be good. I'd really love GT Heroes. I'd really love Super Bosses. This looks like there's probably going to be a Fuse Fighter character. so they gave us a Fuse Fighter. Okay, sure, whatever. All right, let's take a look here. I don't think the other family Kamehameha, they're already going to be a little past their prime, by the way, chat. So that is not going to be like some, craziness here. All right, so we got their animations. Again, we're just focusing here more so on the breakdown. So, all right. So, here's their categories. Fusion, Fuse Fighter. Yeah, so we're going to have them going into Gotenks in one of their active skills, and it just, like, adds 50 categories, right? Boo Saga, Bond of Friendship. Okay, this is good. I mean, they're on a ton of categories. I mean, this is a Dokkan Fest LR, so, I mean, what's funny is I literally just dropped a tier list. Thank God I got it in a little while ago, just before this. I thought that the producer's letter was going to be tomorrow. So, I mean, dude, if they're a Dokkan Fest LR, I'm hoping that they're, like, top 5 and above level, but we'll see. Keep in mind that, there's Special Battle, and then there's, that which shall not be named. You guys know what I'm talking about, Festival Battles. Okay, so there's their categories, looking good. A lot of different teams. Hybrid Saiyan, Youth, or Defender of Justice? Youth. Characters on Sibling Bond, Bond of Parent and Child, or Bond of Friendship. Okay. I just want to quickly take a glance at these teams here. So it's Youth, Hybrids, and Defender of Justice. Where's a character that's going to be on Defender of Justice? Oh, we do not get a lot of those. Defender of Justice? Oh. This character would be? No, Defender of Justice. I feel like we don't really get those very often, right? Am I nuts on that? Defender of Justice. Okay. We got Hybrids. Oh, this Trunks could be useful on Hybrids, man. Yeah, actually. He actually could be useful. And then let's get Youth. Youth is actually probably in a decent spot, right? Because the Pans are actually quite good. The Kid Gokus are good. Chi-Chi. So these are our Youth characters, right? The Kid Goku's Chi-Chi. Pan can be good. Defender of Justice, is a category of losers. There's nothing. Jiren, I guess? I guess. Hybrids is not super great either, honestly. Okay. I mean, unless we're doing some crazy support or something like that. I'm not in love with this team, dude. Where are the good characters at? I mean, Super Saiyan, if this was in February, like, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan was, like, a very effective character, but, like, I mean, power creep has bit him and most of the 10th anniversary characters. Am I missing something? This could be not good. Okay. Oh, sure. Yeah, hybrid, youth, or defender of justice. Okay. The team does not seem very good to me. Compared to the other worldwide LRs, or global Dokkan celebration LRs. Very strange. Okay, so this is going to be Gohan's abilities. Alright, so he gets, should be 30% attack for 4 turns. Raises chance of performing a crit by 10% for 4 turns. Okay. Interesting. His 18 key gets defense, make colossal damage to enemy, and then raise chance of performing a crit by 58% for 1 turn. Okay, now that makes sense. If he gets a couple of additionals, then okay, cool. All right, so they're putting all of his crit into Gohan's super attack effects. So the character is Gohan, and then the exchange, or the tag is to Trunks and Goten. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, what do we got here? 200% attack and defense, guaranteed additional super, 3 key per rainbow key sphere. Okay. Oh. Huh? What? 250? Yo. Hey. That's pretty good. Because good characters have 200% when receiving an attack. Gohan is just like, yep, I'm Gohan, so that means I always get better shit. What the fuck? Okay, dude. I'm Gohan, that means I'm always setting the standard. You know how it is. For 1 turn, he gets 40% damage reduction and gives allies 30% attack and defense. Really good for special battle, right? Like just 1 turn greatness really can help in there. If there's another hybrid or bond parent and child category ally in the team, that's barely a condition whatsoever. That covers most of the game. Or at least superclass characters. 7 key, 250% attack when attacking. All allies get 30% attack and defense. And a 15% chance to crit. Okay. Crit support is cool, but, I mean, imagine that was damage reduction support like Omega instead. 1 rainbow key sphere. Okay. Another 200% defense. 38% damage reduction. So that would put him up to almost 80% right there. Another guaranteed additional super, by the way. And then 200%, another 200% attack when attacking as well. On top of this right here. 12 or more int key spheres obtained, or 5 rainbow key spheres obtained. Now, hang on, chat. 5 rainbows will be tough. It's not impossible, because the orb pathing will direct him to get rainbow orbs. That's a huge factor when characters have abilities like this. If they're getting the additional key per rainbow orb, the game will go down that path. So we have that right there. Perfect. Okay. So 12 key spheres or 5 rainbow key spheres. 258% defense permanently. And 20% damage reduction permanently. And then all allies get 58% attack and defense for 2 turns. Is this feels like this will probably be like a Kale and Khalifa type ability. Like when Trunks and Goten first show up, they'll do that or something like that. 12 or more int key spheres obtained. Okay, so we haven't read their full kit. Maybe they create this with one of their actives or something like that. There is this guy who maybe could help that happen. Who will be putting int orbs on the field and rainbow orbs on the field. This Gohan. I mean, I've not used him much since the 10th anniversary. He could be an effective character, but again, we just went through like a power creep of special battle. So okay. I'm not super sure on this. This ability is really powerful, but I mean, and it's a permanent buff. Like, bro, He's going to be so tanky. Look, 250% right there, 200% right there, another 250% right there. You kidding? If there's another 2 or more hybrid allies on the team, third turn, entry turn. So his second rotation, no matter what, is what that is. Or starting from the 5th turn from the start of battle. So if we have 2 other hybrids on the team, it's Gohan's second turn, no matter what. Or 5th turn, start of battle, and then Trunks and Goten show up, and we could do the reversible exchange. Gohan seems like a defensive juggernaut, especially once this is up, but this is tricky. This is tricky. Like, we're not just going to get this easily. To me, it feels like the 5 Rainbow Key Spheres is much more likely. Path to Power Kid Goku on the team, maybe this guy. And the orb pathing will push him down Rainbow Orbs. So all we have to do is fill the field up with Rainbow Orbs, and we will be able to get that. So the Rainbow Orbs is probably how we would do that. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right, what's next? Okay, so we got to see their actives still. And then, of course, Trunks and Goten. Okay, so here's Trunks and Goten showing up. All their stuff. We're just focusing on the breakdown for now. All right, so this is, I would assume, 30% attack and defense. It's possible that, like, one of these numbers could be, like, 50% or something like that. We just saw the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who I think was structured like that, right? Where it's, I mean, he's an older character, sure, but it's, raise attack and defense for 3 turns, but this is 50% right there. It's not 30%. A new character, it's likely just 30%, though. So 30% attack defense for 4 turns. Or 18 key, their ultra super attack. 30% attack. Meg Colossal damage the enemy. Super class allies, 50% attack for 1 turn. And a 70% chance of super class, allies defense by 50% for 1 turn. Alright, now these boys are going to have to be in slot 1 for that shit to really matter, though, of course. So, let's take a look here. Okay. So, they could, of course, exchange with Gohan. 5 key, 100% defense, 30% chance to crit, 70% chance of an additional super. Remember, that's not really the way we like it to be worded. It's better when it's additional, like, guaranteed additional, 70% chance to be a super. But, I mean, it's not a big deal. And then they get 2 key per type key sphere obtained. With a key sphere obtained. So this is their first turn. You get a key sphere on their first turn, and they get 77% dodge. Why is it with a key sphere obtained, though? Like, what? But that's, for their first turn, they have a 77% dodge. Okay. With 2 type key spheres, they get 100% attack when attacking, 100% defense when receiving an attack. 4 type key spheres, guaranteed additional super and guard. Are we creating these type key spheres? Because, I mean, that's not guaranteed there. Per youth ally on the team, 200% attack and 10% dodge. Per youth ally on the team. Are we really building a youth team for real? Youth is, like, all the best characters on this team are pretty much youth. Per hybrid Saiyan ally on the team, 100% defense up to 500%. When receiving a super attack, extra 15% chance to dodge. All allies get 3 key 30% attack and defense within the turn. And then youth allies get a 5% chance to dodge for 2 turns. Yeah, but I feel like I'm missing parts of this. Like, okay, you're not a dodge character. I mean, you're essentially not a dodge character. He can dodge after he attacks, but he's essentially not a dodge. Like, these youth characters are not dodge except for this pan. So I'm a little confused on that. Like, it gives them, I mean, it's, like 3 dodge can certainly YOLO a run, but, like, this is not like some ridiculous ability. Youth category allies 5% dodge for 2 turns. That would be much stronger if any of these youth characters were already dodge characters, which they're not. So, it's a little odd, I would say. Seems a little strange to me. This is looking like a very orb-hungry LR. Both Gohan and Goten and Trunks, by the way. And they're not orb changing. It's only going to be up to their actives, right? So we got to see what the actives are for Gohan and Goten and Trunks. Okay, so Goten and Trunks, they've got their fusion. Fuse into Gotenks for an attack. And then here they sort of do like a triple Kamehameha. Kind of like a mix of like the family Kamehameha and Bio Broly, sort of. Sort of. It's like they have Gohan in there instead of Krillin, kind of, from like Bio Broly. Like it's like a mix of both. Okay. So this is Gohan. Triple Kamehameha, massively raise attack temporarily. That triple Kamehameha is what they call the Bio Broly one too, by the way. Right? Let me double check that. Yeah, it is. Yep. Okay, so triple Kamehameha, massively raise attack temporarily, ultimate damage enemy. Within the turn activated, all attacks are crits, and change all key spheres to int and rainbow. Okay, okay, okay. So, that massive ability he gets, yeah, he creates the orbs for it. But, I mean, looking at the character, and, I mean, we certainly would be running Path to Power Kid Goku, right? Maybe we run some of these other characters that Rainbow Orb change, and we could maybe get those 5 Rainbow Orbs. Because he gets so much key per Rainbow Orb, we could just do it, like, without this ability. Get that up for Gohan. This can be used if there's another 2 hybrid allies. Third turn, character's entry turn. Remember, that's his second turn no matter what, Gohan's. Or 5th turn, start of battle. Yeah, so it is literally as soon as Trunks and Goten arrive, you're able to do it. Okay. I like that. That definitely seems like that'll be quite good, of course. And then that will give us all of the, orbs for Gohan to then be a Juggernaut, right? Okay. So now let's see what Trunks and Goten's active is. So, again, we can do this. It's essentially Gohan's second turn, is when we'll be able to do this. So, I mean, think about it. Like, we get him turn 1. That means we have these active skills on turn 3, chat. Oh, this is Master Raise attack temporarily, ultimate damage enemy. Youth category allies, 20% attack and defense in battle. Wow. Yeah, at youth, they will super easy A, but we didn't get details on them. Wow, that's a... They kind of jumped quite ahead, didn't they, for that? I guess, I mean, okay, so the order that they're doing Super Easy A's is very obviously the original release order, okay? Because this character Easy Aid, it was like January of 20, it was like the 7th anniversary. This is right before the 7th anniversary, this character, their Easy A. This is youth right here. It's boys and girls is what the category is called. And then Trunks and Goten. Again, this is like January of 2022. Let's see. Yeah, January of 2022, and they're getting their Super Easy A already. It definitely is by original release order, because this is a 2017 character, but I mean they're you know, Easy A I guess came a little bit later there. All right, so we have that. I'm not sure on the Gohan, Goten, and Trunks. Let me look at their categories again. It just, they feel kind of limited in terms of help. Maybe I'm crazy on that. Okay. So they're on like all the fusion teams, and they're Earthbred Fighter and Gifted Warriors. So they're on the 220%. But I mean, we wouldn't have the hybrid units they need over on those teams, right? I don't know. I feel like I'm I feel like that this character, okay. I think this character's stats, like once we see him in game, the numbers they get, like the tankiness they get, is going to be very impressive. Because I do feel like they're kind of like limited on help. Like we can run them on a lot of different teams because they're one of these, you know, juggernaut tag characters who has every category, but if we're running their own team, I mean, certainly, like, just running, like, a youth setup. Like, them, maybe both pans, right? I mean, yeah, youth. Both pans could be run with youth. So we run both pans. Path to Power Kid Goku, AGL Kid Goku. I mean, we have Gotenks depending upon the fight. If we're doing whatchamacallit, if we're doing the special battle, most of those special battles, Gotenks can be very good in those, right? Alright, I don't know. I mean, initially, I'm thinking that this character... um... I just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think they would hit the top row. It's too early to see. I feel like I'm kind of like downplaying them a little bit. I want to see kind of like what we're going to be looking at here. I feel like I want their team to get help. I mean, if we run them on full youth, we would have like all of this character's abilities up. Their first turn, they would have guaranteed dodge. I mean, think about how impressive that could be. So, I mean, if we're running like a full youth team, we could have this on turn 3, and this character has guaranteed dodge. They will decimate special battle, right? Like, you know, we're running full youth. We get to turn 3. We pop Gotenks, massively buff the team. We swap into them. They have a 100% chance to dodge. And then they do, you know, probably additional super. Like, they're giving all youth allies extra dodge. Certainly, they could probably crush special battle. Like, a lot of these tough fights. This will be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how this celebration's going to go. And remember, they did say this was the EX part right here, right? This is the EX part for the Global Dokkan Celebration. The first ever Part 3 banner. I would imagine they're going to be very generous with, like, tickets and stuff like that for this to be a Dokkan Fest LR. We've never had a Part 3 banner before, ever. So I imagine they're going to be a little bit generous. So, all right. Let me know what you guys think of the Gohan, Goten, and Trunks. I feel like mentally I'm downplaying them a little bit, but I bet you they'll look very impressive. The only thing, though, is that, I mean, man, I feel like I want them to get help. I mean, their team is, I mean, Super Bosses is probably better than their team, right? Like, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. They do not have much help on their team at all. So, I don't know. We'll see what's gonna happen, chat. Let me know what you guys think. I'll catch y'all next time.